Hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Lakal. So today, this is the midweek Zoom session where we're gonna just look at the Bitcoin price and the altcoins. So let's quickly jump on the charts and have a look what's happening. So let me share the charts. Okay, so as we expected, we've seen Bitcoin drop from about 59,000 down to about 42 on 4th of December, and then since then we've seen like a bit of a recovery, and Bitcoin has been consolidating for some time. And towards the Christmas, we've seen a Santa Claus rally, and then since then it went all the way back up to 52, closer to 52, dropped back down, and then there was another retest, trying to retest the resistance, which is 52,000, and it seems like it's failed so far. And then we've seen like a bit of a bigger drop. So it looks as if we dropped from 52,000, we dropped about like 9% or 9 to 10% or so. So right now it's right on the 200-day moving average. So let's call this as our bull market support band. If that's the case, we are still just above this 200-day moving average. So I would like to see it stay above 200-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average is roughly around 47,754. So I would like to see it close this daily candle, this is a daily chart, above 47,750. And I checked the fear and greed just then. It's as you can see here, it's about 27, so it dropped back down to like fear. So we gone back into fear territory. Like who knows, maybe tomorrow we might see a bit of extreme fear as well, like below, closer to 20 or below 20 also, we might see that. And yeah, as I mentioned last week, last Sunday, I think there's still there's a lot of selling pressure, given that this is the end of financial year for US. People still could be selling for profit, or they just want to make sure that they have finished their end of financial year like with profit. So there's a lot of selling pressure going on at the moment. That's what I believe. So 2 more days, like this month is over, and then we'll probably wait and see what will happen in January. And I do believe in January, given that for US it's a new financial year, starting of a new financial year, and for most other people it's just a new year. So they would like to do some fresh invest. They would like to do uh, to bring their fresh capital and invest into a cryptocurrency market, and in even the share markets as well. So I'm hoping that we might see a better January, like compared to December. In January, early January, by midweek of Jan, we'll probably get to know about this. And right now, let's not forget, there's very thin volume. A lot of people are in like not probably trading. There's not big trades happening at the moment because it's Christmas, right? Normally during the end of the year, they tend to go back home, like enjoy the Christmas with their family, and even the uh, towards the end of December, it's a holiday period for everyone. Even first week and the second week of January is still considered as like a holiday period. So that's why we probably need to wait until second week of January or third week of January. By then, we'll probably have a better idea. But I believe in January, people will invest their fresh capital into these markets, and we'll see a lot better, a lot higher prices in January. And going back to the charts, so as you can see, we dropped from 59,000 down to like 42, and then we made like a low here, and then since then we made a high here. So low, and then we made a high here. I'm sorry, and then there's another higher low here, and then there's a higher high. Yeah, so we are still, there's still a bit of a higher low. So we just want to make sure that Bitcoin is not going to drop below 45,500 or so. Bitcoin has to stay above 45,600 to 500 to 600. If it drops below, then Bitcoin has to stay above 42,000. If it drops below that, then things are not looking really good. That means this trend that started from 69K will continue, like, still continuing. We just want to see a higher high, and then we want to see a maybe like, consolidation for a couple of weeks, and then we want to see Bitcoin goes above 52,000 towards like 53K, and hopefully above 53K. So yeah, things are not looking good at the moment, but again, this could be like, a very good buying opportunity, right? Like, if you, whatever you buy right now, whatever I buy right now, you buy it right now and then hold it for like 12 months and see what happens. So that's what I'm doing. Like, I actually accumulated Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of altcoins during this massive dump, and then even during this period, like, from about December 4th to about 14th of December. I accumulated a bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. And if it drops below, I'll just accumulate Bitcoin. I'm not going to worry too much about altcoins, because if Bitcoin drops below 42K and it keeps on going, heading down towards like, 30K or so, then we might see altcoins get a lot drop. Altcoins could drop a lot harder compared to Bitcoin. So because of that, I'm not totally focused on altcoins right now. But still, if you want to DCA a large cap altcoins, like, here and there, that's still okay. Like, no financial advice, but that's what I would be doing. Like, if Bitcoin drops further down, I'll accumulate more Bitcoin and Ethereum. If Bitcoin goes a lot higher, then I'll look into like, altcoins. So that's the plan. Yeah, so whatever you buy right now, I know it's not things are not looking good at the moment, but whatever you buy right now, we can buy it and hold it for like 12 months, right? So until, let's say you buy something right now and you're going to hold it for another 12 months. So if you want to sell, you probably sell like, in December next year. So that's what I'm doing. So this is a long-term game. I know a lot of people are not happy because this Santa Claus rally did not continue as we planned. Yeah, that's fine. Like, we can't expect higher prices all the time. So yes, we've seen Bitcoin drop to like 40K and went all the way up to like 69,000, right? So that's just one part of the game. So right now we're just seeing the other part of the game, right, where Bitcoin keeps on going down, trying to make higher highs. It fails and comes back down, consolidate, and eventually, like, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to stay in these levels, like, for long term, right? I mean, 2 more days after the end of financial year is finished for US. So in January, I'm thinking like, we'll see a lot higher prices for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But first, we need to see Bitcoin break above 52,000 and consolidate there for some time before we go a lot higher. So even if we look at the daily chart, since we had this lower low, which is about like 29,500. So we had a low here, and then we had a high, and then we had a higher high, and then we had like, two higher highs, and then we got a low here, which is still a higher low compared to this level. This is a higher low, and then now we just seen like, a higher high, a lower high compared to this high. But let's say this is like a low, right? Instead of worrying about this high right here, let's clean all this. So let's say this is a low, and this is a high, and this is a low, higher low, and this is a higher high, and this whole thing, what we're seeing right now, is a higher low, right? So if that's the case, still things are looking good, right? And it's not looking bad actually. So since July this year, we've seen higher highs and higher lows, right? So we just want to see next higher high breaks above 69,000. So it seems like we are in uptrend. So so it's kind of like this, right? Kind of like zigzag like that. So we might see like higher prices next year. So that's what I'm expecting, especially Q1 2022. I'm expecting like a lot of people will come into the market. As I mentioned earlier, fresh capital will be invested in cryptocurrencies and share markets in January because it's a new year. So the people just come in like to invest like for the new year. So we have to wait and see. And looking at here, yeah, we are kind of like struggling here, but still it's a higher low compared to the previous low we had. So Bitcoin needs to consolidate for some time here. So probably 2 more days to go, and then December is over. In January, I'm expecting to see a lot higher prices, especially the Q1. If we have like say, if you see like a consolidation for month of January next year, we'll still see higher prices end of Q1, right? Worst come to us end of Q2. So as I said, whatever I'm buying right now, I'm buying it for 12 months. I'm going to buy and hold, and then I'm planning to hold it for 12 months. It's a long-term investment. So if that's the case, whatever happening right now, like the short-term price action, like price movement, I would not care. It's simple, like same as what we see in here, right? Let's say someone bought Bitcoin around like 30K in this area, 29, 35K in this area, right? But look, like for 2 months, Bitcoin did not do much, just like, consolidating for 2 months. But right after 2 months, it just went a lot higher, right? So that's what we've seen. So, yeah, so 2 months consolidation, then we've seen a lot higher prices, and then from 30K it went all the way up to like 69,000, right? So short-term price action, we no need to worry so much. That's why, like whatever we're seeing right now is short-term. Few months, like 3 months, end of Q1, we would probably we'll probably have a better idea. Even if Bitcoin going to consolidate for the month of January, first couple of weeks in January, I expect like especially like for Ethereum will perform really well, as long as Bitcoin is not going to do something crazy, like but Bitcoin has to hold above. Bitcoin can't go below 45,600. If it breaks below, at least the minimum is Bitcoin has to hold up above 42,200 or so. If that breaks, then we might see a lot lower prices, might go and revisit 30K. This is a possibility. But let's see, 2 more days, this month is over, like I mean, that's what I'm thinking. That's why we are seeing like a bit of a consolidation. And even if you look at like previous bear trends, like we've seen Bitcoin dropped from 60K to 30K, and then here we've seen like a pump, which is like it pumped about 33% from here, and then we've seen like a bigger dump, and it broke below this level. So we could see something similar. Maybe that's what we already seen it, like maybe Bitcoin needs to consolidate for some time before we see a lot higher prices. So that's Bitcoin. Let's quickly look at Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum is again compared to Bitcoin doing really well. As we can see here, low, high, higher low, higher high, and then there's a higher low. It's like consolidating and making a higher low here. So we might see a lot higher prices, like for Ethereum, especially Q1, especially in January. If you look at the seasonality, Ethereum like tend to pump a lot harder, like go a lot higher in January. So January could be like a really good month for the Ethereum. So we have to wait and see 2 more days, and then this year is over, this month is over. So I'm guessing there'll be less selling pressure in January, as long as Bitcoin going to stay above 45,600, and if it makes like it goes above 52,000 and consolidate, then things are looking really good. So that's it from my end. I'm not gonna go into all coins. altcoins, comparatively, altcoins are not looking too bad. Like, I haven't seen they drop like 30-40% or so. They are slightly down, about like 5-10% or so, but that's not a big deal for crypto, right? Like, we normally see 50% drops, but we haven't seen anything like that. Looks like all coins are like already sold off. So given that Bitcoin is being a little bit stubborn, like maybe people already sold all coins and they're out of the market. So that's why even right now we're not seeing like bigger drops. Like we are just only seeing like 2, 3, 4, 5% right now. Even like compared to a couple of days ago, some altcoins are down about like 10%, like 5 to 10%, and that's not a big deal for crypto. Like, we normally see like 30-40% down for a lot of cryptos. So I'm thinking we already seen the capitulation. Like, looks like everyone sold and got out of the market, and people are way too bearish right now, which is a good thing, right? So this is the other side of the market where you see extreme fear. People are scared. That is like that would be like a really good time for us to accumulate Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So I'm quite happy with what I have with my holdings right now, and I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins at lot lower prices compared to right here. So if Bitcoin breaks below 42,000 and it drops below 42K, and then it goes towards like 30K, then I'll start accumulating again. So since then, I'm quite happy with what I have right now. So I'm going to hold that for long term. That's the plan. Even Ethereum. Yeah, so if Ethereum breaks this level, the 3,600, if it comes back down to retest this 200-day moving average, which is like 3,300, then I'll start accumulating Ethereum as well. So until then, I'm not going to worry too much. I think this is just short-term price fluctuation. Like in January, I'm expecting a lot higher prices. So that's it from my end. If you guys have any questions, you can kindly ask right now. Do you guys have any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask right now. It could be regards to Bitcoin. It could be either altcoins. I can quickly have a look at it.
Hi, Lakal. How about the Binance coin?
Okay, Binance coin. Let me quickly have a look at it. Binance. Let me just add that. I don't have it here. Just give me a sec. Binance. Okay. Okay, so this is the okay, hold on. This is the Binance coin. Yeah, I mean, this Binance coin has been holding up really well compared to Bitcoin. Yeah, so but still, it's like a bit of a bull pennant right here. It depends on what Bitcoin does. So yeah, this is looking good. Like in this, it's actually looking a lot strong, like compared to Bitcoin and other altcoins. Yeah, so this is like we can call this like a bull pennant, right? So it could break. It'll probably break out soon, I guess. It has to break out either to the upside or to the downside. But the only issue is what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin drops below 42K or 45K, it will affect the price of Binance as well. It's been looking really strong, like compared to other altcoins. But MACD kind of, if you look at the MACD, it kind of like looking a little bit. There's a bit of weakness in the MACD. RSI, it's holding up all right compared to the price action. But this white line is a 200-day moving average. Sometimes you would like to come back down to retest this 200-day moving average. We've seen like it just went, broke above, came back down, retest, broke down, went back above, retest, and then we see higher prices. So it might come back down to retest this 200-day moving average. But it depends on Bitcoin, unfortunately, right? If Bitcoin drops, Binance Coin could drop with it. So Bitcoin is the gold market. When Bitcoin drops, it tend to drag all the other coins with it. But as I mentioned earlier, all coins are not looking too bad because it looks like a lot of the old coins already been sold. So it really depends on what Bitcoin does. So let's wait and see. As a long-term accumulation, it's a large cap. It's ranked like number 3 at the moment. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, even a little bit of BNB, we can DCA. You can always DCA, right, for long term. So that's what I believe. So far, BNB looking okay as long as what Bitcoin does. Depends on what Bitcoin does. But for if someone wants to DCA Binance Coin along with Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's no problem, right? No financial advice, but you can accumulate it for long term.
Thank you.
What about the YouTubers? Are they still bullish? I haven't heard any.
Yeah. So most of them are saying they're bullish. They're looking like a lot higher prices in Q1. That's what they're saying. And cycle. It seems like cycle has lengthened. This cycle is not finished yet. We probably have another 3 to 6 months to go, for this cycle. So I agree with them. And then even the recent drop that we've seen, they reckon it's just like a retest. For example, let's go back up, and then check the Bitcoin price. So they're saying this is just like a retest. For example, let me just make it a little bit bigger so we can see. So they say this is like a retest. This is just like a retest, this trend line. That's what they say. So this is something, for them, this is something really bullish. If we just put a line starting from this week and across this week, and then we can see it came back. Let me just get rid of the 200-day moving average. As you can see here, it's just like a retest of the trend line. So they're saying he was trying to break this trend line and then broke above, and it was trying to go about 52K, got rejected, and came back down to retest this trend line. So it's exactly testing this this trend line, but we don't want to see it break below this trend line. So then it's going to be really bad. So I've seen someone just said this, and it's kind of it's a valid point. So it came back to retest. Then it's a good thing. Or maybe after in January, early January, we might see it trend up a bit and then go above 52K. So this could be something really bullish according to them. So I agree. If you look at the trend line, it just came back down to test the trend line. So that's not too bad. But I still believe there's a lot of selling pressure from US, and then even in China, because of Evergrande, people are a lot scared, and then I think even there's a lot of selling pressure from China as well. It eventually hit us, but it might take 3 to 6 months for us to see it, the real effect of Evergrande default. So that's why I believe we still have at least 3 months, before we see a bigger correction for share markets and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions, if you have any questions, you can ask right now. Otherwise, we can call it a day, and then that'll be the end of this Zoom session. Okay then. Yeah. So thank you guys. I appreciate your participation. Okay, so this is the end of this midweek Zoom session. So I'll talk to you on next Sunday. Thank you guys. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks.